all set, except I forgot my pillow. But I do have this old wool army blanket here that I'm going to have to roll up, double over. That'll be my pillow. In case, unless I get cold and have to wrap it around me, then it won't be my pillow. Random campground score, 2 functioning Bic lighters. That wood. Well, hello everyone, welcome to my camp. I'm in the Fort Custer State Recreation Area over by Battle Creek, Michigan. I'm here for a end of the year camp out. Sort of spur of the moment deal. It's Sunday, December the 30th. I decided to head out for end of the year camping trip and kind of like to bookend the first day of the summer camping trip I did, the summer solstice. We're here a week after the winter solstice. Winter camping. Got my tent all set up, got my fire going, nothing left to do but chill. Chill, I don't like the sound of that word, but it's not too cold here. It's only in the low 30s right now, and as you can see, very, very sunny. It's a beautiful day here, and hoping for a really beautiful night, a really nice experience. So probably not going to do much filming. Considered not filming at all, but then I decided, what the hell, I don't make very many videos, so I ought to take some video of this. So I hope you enjoy. Sun's getting lower in the sky. I found this big rock out there in the underbrush. Got it in next to the campfire here. I'm heating it up. I'm gonna wrap that in a towel and bring it in my tent tonight to help keep me warm. Try not to get it too hot so I don't burn myself. Thought we'd go for a little walk here. About 30 minutes till the sun sets. And I know there's a real pretty vantage down here, not too far away, half a mile maybe. Look at that winter sky through the trees there. Isn't that beautiful? This little bit of snow on the ground. It all fell last night. There's not even an inch here, but this all fell last night. Before that, there was none. Do some bushwhacking here. I'm always bushwhacking. There's what we came for. Well, I jogged the last couple hundred yards to get down here, and I'm a little too late. The sun's down below the trees there. It's still pretty. Way off in the distance there, some folks, they got the front row seat over there to the sunset. I got trees. Well, I keep putting my camera back away in my pocket. I'm walking back to the camp right now. Every time I look over my shoulder, it gets prettier. I have to stop. Alright, so I'm back at the camp, all done sunset watching. There's what's lingering in the southwestern sky there. My fire's all burned down to coals. I gotta stoke that baby up again. Ooh, my hot rock is so hot I can't touch it. She's hot. Anyway. Heat up some water here to warm my supper. So I got my meal ready to eat. Warming up in my canteen cup there inside the heating bag. Chili with beans, I think it is tonight. Like Hormel chili. And then here, this is cornbread. And I set it in the pack on top of that rock I've been heating, so it will heat the cornbread through. The waning light makes the snow look purple now. The blue hour is upon us. There's the last of the sunset over there. The camera exaggerates the brightness because it's trying to compensate for the lack of light. It's really not that bright here right now. See down in there? That water's fixing to boil. I think my chili should be good and hot. I want to get it out of there before it explodes in the bag. Anyway, it's not enough light here to film me eating my meal, and you've all seen me stuff my face before, so over and out until after supper and I get the campfire stoked up again, eh? See you later. There's supper. Steamy hot. And a semi-warm corn muffin. This is my little campfire in a can. It's just a candy tin with cardboard rolled up inside. You can see the corrugations there, and then you liquefy. I used old crayons. I melted them down and poured them in there and soaked that cardboard, and so now you can light that. It burns, the cardboard acts like a wick and it burns the wax, so you got a little campfire in a can right there. It's burning pretty good right now. It's kind of cheery. Adds a little cheery note to the darkness here on my table while I'm waiting for the other fire to stoke back up. I just set some more water to heat on the fire here. I'm gonna just heat some water to like tea temperature, just to drink hot water, keep something warm inside of me. A little bit later on, I'll make a little hot toddy. I got some bourbon. I'm gonna mix bourbon with hot chocolate, see how that tastes. I looked up what liquors go well with chocolate, and it suggested bourbon. But for now, just warm water. Give that a few minutes to warm up there, then I'll stoke this fire back. Right in the eyes. I've been out here. Can you see me? I've been out here, it's about 8:30. I've been out here just sitting on the bench and feeling the warmth of the fire, looking at Facebook and YouTube a little bit, just enjoying the solitude. But it's time for a hot toddy. Got my water heating up here. I think she's boiling. Time to get her out of there. Alright, this should be rich. I'm going to try to grab this out of the fire. Sizzle, sizzle. Yikes! Gotta leave room for bourbon in there. Let's stir that up. Little Buffalo Trace, Kentucky's finest. All right. God only knows if this is going to work or not. Oh, man. Wow. Bourbon and chocolate. Cheers. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. And I put plenty of bourbon in that too. Ah, man. Antifreeze for the long night ahead. See you in the morning. Well, I can just hear you guys right now. You're shouting at the video and going, Mark, what the hell's going on? I thought you were camping. Why are you back home? Well, there's an explanation. As I mentioned in an earlier clip in this video, my trip was a spur of the moment kind of thing. And it's so spur of the moment that I didn't even take time to stop and check the weather before I left. So anyway, after I finished my hot toddy, I climbed into my tent, got into my warm sleeping bag, and I did a little reading, and come to dawn on me, gosh, I don't even know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. I should check and find out. So I got out my phone and checked the weather app, and weather for Fort Custer overnight, supposed to be kind of nice, and then towards morning, rain was predicted. 6:30 a.m. they were predicting 60% chance of rain. By 8 a.m. that chance went up to 100%. Oh crap, I wasn't expecting this. Anyhow, so through the night I had to get up a couple times and go out and pee. And each time I went out behind the tree, I'd look up at the sky and oh man, the stars were out. It was beautiful. Finally, the last time I had to get up about 4:30 a.m. and I went out and everything was different. It was cloudy, no more stars in the sky. It was damp and humid. You could feel the air had changed, and it was warmer. It actually was warmer than when I went to bed. And said, uh-oh, here it comes. So I went back in, slept for 2 hours. 6:30 I was awakened by the sound of rain on the fly of my tent. So I decided right then and there, I didn't bring any rain gear. I don't feel like starting a fire in the rain or having to cook my breakfast in the rain. I'm going to bust camp, get the hell out of here, go back home. So I did. 15 minutes, I had camp all torn down, did a last walk around the site in the dark, make sure I didn't leave anything behind, and got out of there and headed on down the road back towards Milford. It did stop at the truck stop, Arlene's truck stop, just a few miles from Fort Custer down by I-94. Real nice truck stop if you're ever in the area and wanting a good breakfast. Stop at Arlene's. Anyway, I was back home by 10 a.m. And, hey, that's the way it goes sometimes, It's fun to do stuff spur of the moment, and you got to be prepared for that. If I had rain gear with me, I might have given it a second thought. This time, I didn't. There'll be lots of other opportunities down the road to test out my rain gear. One thing I was disappointed. I had this Packet Gourmet breakfast. It's a dehydrated backpacker's breakfast. It's polenta with pork sausage. I was really looking forward to giving this a try. I got a 12-pack of assorted Packet Gourmet meals for Christmas, and I was really, my mouth was all watered to have this, but there'll be another time. One other thing you may be wondering about, how did the hot rock work in the sleeping bag? Well, it worked great. That rock, I had it very hot, and it was a big rock, about this big, quite massive, a lot of weight to it. and I wrapped it. I heated it in the campfire, by the campfire ring, or in the campfire ring, and it got really hot. I lifted it out with my leather gloves, wrapped it in a rag and a towel, and stuffed it in the bottom of my sleeping bag. And surprisingly, it wasn't too hot. It didn't burn me. It wasn't too hot. And even as big as it wasn't in my way either. It never bothered me all night long. Of course, I have a nice big sleeping bag with lots of room in it to move around. But it worked great. It kept me warm all night long. In the morning, I put it in there about 9:30. When I woke up at 6:30 to break camp, it was still warm, very warm to the touch. So if you're ever winter camping, that's a trick you need to remember. I was lucky there was such a large rock on the site. Some sites you might have to look a little harder, but Michigan's full of those boulders, gift of the glaciers. But it worked great. So anyway, that's it. I'm back home. Just looking forward to my next winter camping adventure. And sorry, I apologize for the shortened video. There wasn't a whole lot to the trip this time, but I still hope you liked it. I hope you'll click like. I'd sure like to hear your comments. So if you want to leave some comments for me, I'll try to respond to them. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Share my videos with your friends. Yeah, I enjoy making the videos so much, and I enjoy sharing them so much. So I'd like just everybody to watch them. I know there's thousands of videos out there, and it's hard to pick who you watch, but I sure would like you to watch mine. So please, just kidding. Anyway, until next time, bye.